ingenue. She's from Iowa. I just picked Iowa because I like it. And she's in Hollywood. She's been in Hollywood. She saved up all her money. She gave herself a 2-year plan. She's into the 3rd year. She's eking her money, living cheap, waiting tables, and just hoping to get a break. Anything to get a break. And she's starting to hear the voice saying, you know, you're going to have to go home. And that doesn't sound so good. But it's another casting call Saturday where they bring hundreds of actors in, and you've got where you're supposed to go, and all the producers are sitting around and they're casting commercials. They're doing sitcom bit parts. And it's a big cattle call. So she has arrived and is about to go into this. I think is her last event of the day, or somewhere midway through her day, because we're going to build up to the last one. Her first stop was a new sitcom where she might be the next-door neighbor's occasionally visiting cousin. She watched several other girls emerge from the room looking crestfallen. When it was her turn, she was confronted by 3 sleepy faces, still hanging heads over their coffee. There wasn't even a placard with the name of the show, which usually featured the star who would anchor it. Great. She didn't know anything more that she could use to customize the part. Name. The woman on the left didn't look up. Gail Wells. Got it. So, Valerie, how long will you be in town? It took Gail a moment to realize she was being fed her line. She botched her response, took it from the top, dropping into a sex kitten coo. That depends on how long you'd like me to be. Sorry, not what we're looking for. A few seconds later, Gail was on the other side of the door, still wanting to snarl, what, not average enough? None of them had even looked at her. They wouldn't find anyone interesting until mid-morning after 2 more cups of coffee. She might be a nobody, but that didn't mean her time was theirs to waste. The voice of practicality, which she disliked most of the time, reminded her that they had the job, so yes, her time was theirs to waste. She moved further down the corridor to the next call on her list for a commercial. Waiting with at least a dozen other actresses, it was nearly an hour before she went in. At least these people were looking at her. They had her walk forward, backward, lean against the wall, then stand in front of a bright stage light while they discussed her hair, eyes, stomach, height, and skin hue as if she wasn't there. While they talked, she studied the text of her lines written neatly on a grease board. She had not a clue what the product was, but she loved it, apparently. Finally, they explained that the commercial was for a growing chain of coffee houses. She relaxed slightly. So would you like me to look like I'm healthy and having my coffee treat, or at the end of my tether and getting my coffee fix? One of the women smiled slightly. Go with the treat concept. She gave it her best bubbly delivery. In my busy on-the-go day, I look forward to the 10 minutes I can forget about everything and enjoy just being me. She prattled through the rest of it, thinking it might as well have been coffee for a tuna sandwich or a spa. The woman who had spoken earlier was frowning. Try it the other way. She gave herself a slight shake, then took it from the top with her tone slightly flatter, a weary set to her shoulders. When she was done, she looked for any sign of success. It was interesting what you did with it. She glanced at the 2 other people at the table. For all Gail knew, they were mannequins. But I don't see it working. She said thank you and left. It was going to be a long, long day. Regine confirmed the equally stressful results of her morning as they swapped bits of the lunches they packed. Room 312, that's a coffee place then? Yeah, I tried a sort of organic, I deserve it, and a junkie gotta have it, and neither of them flew. Well, maybe they mean ethnic. Girl, you gotta get yourself some of this. What do you think? I would say it's too showy, but what do I know? Give it your best shot. 2 more commercials later, she waited for her chance at the second sitcom. This time there was a placard for the series, and she recognized a popular comic who specialized in jokes about his redneck father and hippie mother. The part was the daughter of a long-lost friend from the commune where the mother had grown up. She gathered much would be made of the star's wife's jealousy of the potentially free-love-believing visitor. With the context of the show now in mind, she went through the lines in her head and then, in response to the prompts, delivered them with a confusing blend of sensual innocence. Thanks, but no thanks, was essentially the response she got, and she was heartened to hear one voice say, well, that was the best so far, you know. Her immediate hopes that maybe they would call her back were dashed by the bored response, she had all the comedic timing of bubonic plague. Great. She was being judged by people who thought their own wit was cutting edge. She didn't know how she would find the energy for one more commercial. It was past 3. She was due at the diner in 2 hours, and her inability to sell dog food, or whatever it was, would feel like another nail in her acting coffin. She really wanted to blow off the last call of the day and have a good cry, but if she did and her agent found out, it could jeopardize how many shots she was given in the future. She made herself go, just barely managing to say, Gail Wells, W-E-L-L-E-S, instead of average blonde 477. Herbal shampoo, oh goody. They let her smell it, which was a good thing, because if she hadn't, she'd have recoiled during her lines. The scent was strongly peppermint and something akin to fennel. It was not a smell she wanted in her hair. The outside of the bottle proclaimed it was energy for your hair and you. They gave her the lines on a sheet of paper and she scanned them quickly. Generally, it was exactly what she expected by way of copy. She felt too tired to summon up a bubbly demeanor and wondered if she drank some of the shampoo, if it would give her the vitality the copy promised. Not to mention the sensuous sex appeal every woman wanted to attract the right man. If the smell hadn't turned her off, the idea of using it for man bait would have. She started off okay. I can always use more energy, and not just to survive the busy day. Herbal attractions is the way I stay attractive and focused after the workday is over. It was such tripe that she couldn't help putting a little Marilyn Monroe oomph on it. With herbal attractions, clinically tested blend of the finest, the very freshest extracts. My hair still, she giggled, it still turns heads when I go out with the girls. Who knows what will happen? Well, there was no stopping her now. One shoulder pitched forward, she swayed her hips seductively and added with a wink, men notice women with confidence, and herbal attractions helps me look and smell my best. She inhaled the aroma from the bottle without flinching and held her breath as if she was getting the most from a drag of marijuana. It makes every shower fill to the brim with fresh, powerful sense of nature. To hell with it, she thought, surveying her audience of four. They all looked like deer in her headlights. She went completely off script. Sometimes I shampoo 2 or 3 times a day for more, more powerful sensations that make me, explode with them. She touched her head and let out an orgasmic squeal with matching stomach to shoulder crunches.